Hi, Everett. I think it would be best if you got divorced with my daughter. This is Stella's father, the person you exchanged contacts with today, when you visited to ask permission for the wedding.
Oh, thanks for today's rough welcome. I didn't expect to be punched in the face and thrown out in the middle of my introduction. Did I do something to offend you?
Well, I guess you could call it an offense. Everett, I heard that you were the CEO of a company and couldn't help but be impressed, especially considering you're so young. But then I heard about your academic background, and the positive image I had of you vanished in an instant. Did you not notice?
What about my academic background?
You said you graduated middle school and immediately found a job, right? You seriously didn't even graduate high school?
Well, yes. My father passed away when I was young, so we didn't have any money. I decided to get a job instead of going to high school since I have two younger siblings, a brother and a sister.
I see. Well, while I do feel bad for the environment you grew up in, this is still a different matter. You're 31, right?
Yes.
It's already enough reason to worry that the top of the company is so young. But the fact that he also never graduated high school, you know?
What is it if I didn't graduate high school?
It must not be any company of worth if the CEO is a middle school graduate. It was a real estate company, right? But in reality, your company is probably just a land shark, right? I can't help but be suspicious if the CEO of the company is a middle school graduate.
Our company does business fair and square. The reason I was chosen to be CEO is because our predecessors put a lot of effort in training the younger generation of employees. So it was decided that someone around my age would become the next CEO. There's nothing suspicious about it. I believe that you can rest assured about this fact.
Fine, I don't care. I'm still going to have you cancel the marriage with Stella.
And for what reason, may I ask? Everything you said up until now is completely unfair. At least give me a satisfactory answer.
You really are quite stubborn. Fine, I'll explain it to you in clear terms. Our family has been one of the biggest landowners in the area for generations. Unlike me, the head of this family, you, the middle school graduate, are just a filthy member of the bourgeoisie. There's no way I, a descendant of nobles, am going to let my daughter marry a swine like you. I'm not going to give you my daughter.
I see. Please let me talk to Stella first. Only then will I give you my answer.
Everett, you said you wanted to talk to me?
Stella, your father is opposing our marriage.
Yep, I was sitting next to him, so I saw the conversation you two had.
Then I want to hear what you think about it. What are we going to do about our marriage?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to cancel it.
What?
I talked to my father and realized what he was saying was true. Everyone in my family has graduated university. And even if you are the CEO of a company, there's no way I can marry someone who didn't even go to high school. My father says he'll arrange a meeting for me with someone from an elite university. Besides, marrying someone like me, the daughter of a wealthy landowner, should be extremely attractive for men. Why should I marry a middle school graduate if that's the case? Anyways, that's the deal. I'm sorry.
I see. I understand. I've been insulted for being a middle school graduate many times in my life. Now I realize that you're just on the same level as them.
Huh?
All the love I had for you just disappeared after reading what you had to say to me. Thanks for showing me your true self before we got married.
Well, that settles it, I guess. You'll probably find the right woman for you someday. As long as you don't try going after the daughter of a high-class family like Stella, despite having no academic background, that is. Knowing your place is important, you know?
I'm going to ask one more time just to be sure. You're sure you want to cancel the marriage?
Of course I'm sure. Just the fact that I live in the same town with you, a middle school graduate doing shady business, is enough to make me feel uneasy. Now that I set my eye on you, it'll probably be difficult for you to continue your business in town, let alone continue living here. Get out of this town as soon as possible.
I accept the marriage cancellation, but I'm not going to leave this town, and neither am I going to stop doing business here.
Huh? What did you just say to me?
We should hire a lawyer to take care of the official paperwork involved in the marriage cancellation. I'll be asking for an alimony as well, though.
An alimony? What are you talking about?
Yes, an alimony for canceling the marriage, and for punching me in the face.
Huh?
I already went through the hassle of going to the doctor and getting a certificate of diagnosis. If you don't agree with paying an alimony, I'm considering filing a police report. I kindly ask for your understanding.
So that's how you're going to move.
Goodbye then.
Hey Everett, I changed my mind. I'll let you marry my daughter.
Huh? Why the sudden change of heart? And to think that the marriage cancellation you insisted on was just made official yesterday. Did something happen?
My, Everett. Quite the devil, aren't we? Just yesterday, I went drinking with some friends who are also landowners. When they told me about the work you do, my, was I surprised. Your company is a major real estate company that owns a ton of property in the capital, right? They're also helping in the development of my hometown, I heard. Why didn't you tell me sooner? You have to tell me such things, otherwise I won't understand. If I become related to you, someone who is quickly gaining popularity in this town, then my family is sure to gain some recognition as well. Which is why I'll give you a gift. I'll let you buy some of the land I own for a cheap price. On the condition that you'll marry Stella, of course. Do we have a deal, son? You should be delighted about the opportunity to buy extra land for cheap. As someone in the real estate business, right? All you have to do is marry Stella, and all this land is yours. I'm sure you don't get deals as good as this often.
I don't want neither your land nor Stella.
What? Are you just going to let this wonderful opportunity to gain connections and land at the same time go to waste?
The marriage cancellation's already been made official, and I have no intention of going back. And as for the purchase of your land, you're talking about the mountain and fields in your house, right?
Yes? What of it? I'm saying that I'll let you buy that huge amount of land for cheap. Don't you feel the least bit grateful?
To be honest, that land is basically of no value. It's not worth whatever price you put on it.
Huh?
Even if I were to put a price on it and buy it from you, it would just be a swath of useless land that wouldn't serve any purpose.
Useless?
Things would be different if there was some sort of plans for development in the nearby area that would give it additional value in the future. But as it stands, there aren't any plans currently in place. From the point of view of the company, the cons of buying your land outweigh the pros. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in your land.
But my land, the land of my ancestors, you're telling me it's of no value?
Yes. Now, are we done here? Like I already told you before, the marriage cancellation has already been made official, so there's no reason for us to converse further.
Wait, hold on.
If there's anything else, please talk to my lawyer.
There's something I want to talk to you about.
Huh? Stella?
I want you to take back the marriage cancellation.
What? Hasn't it already been several months since we canceled our marriage? Why are you suddenly bringing this up again?
My father was scammed.
Huh?
You know how you told my father how the land he owned was useless and of no value? He went into shock after he heard this news. And right after, was approached by someone saying that he was selling land that would increase in value in the future for cheap. Dad was fooled by his eloquent speech and gave him money, but in reality, this land never existed.
Meaning that it was a scam.
Yes, which is why I want you to take back the marriage cancellation.
Huh? I do feel bad for your dad getting scammed, but how does that connect to me taking back the marriage cancellation? Don't tell me that it was my fault because he went in shock.
We don't have any money.
Huh?
My father went out of his way since he wanted land that was valuable, and ultimately ended up getting scammed. We can barely get by with the money we have left. My mother left as well, since she had enough with my father. I can't talk to my father anymore as well, since he's completely broken down. I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to live like a poor person. But if I married you, the CEO of a major real estate company who makes a lot of money...
Stop right there.
Huh?
No matter what you say, I have no intention in getting back together with you.
What? Why not? I'm the daughter of a major landowner and have a great academic background. Men should be begging to marry me.
I earn enough money to make a living without any of your fancy titles. Besides, I find it hard to believe that men should be begging to marry you when you don't have any money and are barely making a living. Don't you realize you're contradicting yourself? You see, if I still had any sort of feelings for you, I might have decided to have done something about your situation. But the very thing that made those feelings vanish without a trace were the insults you gave me when you decided to side with your father. I honestly don't understand what kind of nerve you must have to just act like that never happened and ask me for help. Don't you at least have any sort of pride?
Don't say things like that.
Well then, farewell.
I accept that what I said to you back then was wrong, and I take it all back. I was only being pushed by my father to say those things. I never really meant it. I've always loved you, Everett. Please, give me another chance. Everett? It says these messages are unread. Wait. Did you block me?
Regarding the real estate scam Stella's dad fell victim to, I have nothing to say but that I feel bad for him. Apparently, this fraud organization was arrested 1 year later, but according to a mutual acquaintance, Stella and her father are still living in poverty, which means that the money Stella's dad was scammed of probably didn't return. And given the situation, Stella, who was forced to take care of her father who had broken down and had turned into an alcoholic, is now drowning in huge amounts of debt. There are rumors that she's turned to doing some shady business to earn the money the two need to get by. Well, since I already received the alimony I asked from her, and now have a girlfriend I'm planning to marry, I think it's time to let this story come to an end. Besides, I have no duty to help the father and daughter who insulted me so much.
Bob, it's almost midnight. Where are you now? I don't mind you going out, but you should come home before midnight. And I don't want to nag you, but you eat out too often. It costs a lot of money and you're working. I'm worried about your health.
What's the matter with you? I'm having a good time with my friends. You're annoying. Why don't you just go to sleep and leave me alone? I'll be home by morning.
You'll be home by morning? How am I supposed to sleep if you're out that long? How are you going to come home if you miss the last train?
Are you an idiot? I'll take the first train home then. I'll ask my friend to let me stay over, and there's nothing to worry about.
That will be fine, but your friend will probably be working tomorrow too. So it'll be an inconvenience for him. So please come home in time for the last train, if at all possible.
Ugh, You're so annoying. You're really getting on my nerves. Have you forgotten what you promised me when we got married? You promised not to interfere in every single thing I do. You say you love me, and you were okay with me still having fun like I always have. That's why I married an ugly, incompetent woman like you. I'm the only nice guy who would marry a woman like you. You should be grateful, but you are nagging me. What the hell is wrong with you? If I leave you, you'll be alone for the rest of your life. Do you understand that?
I know that, but you don't have to go that far.
It's because you're so annoying. Stop bothering me. Ugh. I'm not gonna catch the last train because I was texting you. It's not my fault. It's your fault. I'm so pissed off. I won't return any more of your calls. See you later.
What? Bob!
Janet, how is Bob lately?
You said he didn't come home at all, so I was wondering. Same as ever. It's been months since we had dinner together at home. He used to come home on the last train, but since he came home the next morning 3 days ago, he's been coming home the next morning every day.
No way. He comes home the next morning?
I can't believe he's married to you. He's so full of himself. Well, I fell in love with Bob and got him to marry me. I can't say too strongly. Besides, we got married on the condition that I wouldn't interfere in his business.
Janet, you spoil him too much. If you're too nice to him like that, he'll only take advantage of you.
That's true, but
if a man doesn't come home until the next morning every day, it's obvious that he's having an affair. And you allow him to do that?
you don't really believe he just hangs out with a friend, do you? Of course I don't believe 100% of what he says, but we're a couple and I want to believe him.
You know, I know that your kindness is one of the best things about you. I love your kindness. That's why I decided to work with you. But he seems to be taking advantage of your personality. Are you okay to go on like this?
I know it's not good.
Then you should talk it over.
I agree. Thanks. I'll do that.
Yeah, you should. I'll listen to whatever you have to say, so don't keep it to yourself.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Susan. Bob, I don't think we can go on like this. I want you to come home early today so we can talk.
What do you mean, talk? I can't. I've already made plans today.
Then it doesn't have to be today. Can we do it tomorrow?
I have a lot of social obligations at work and in my personal life. Unlike you.
Then when would be good for you? I'll accommodate your schedule.
What the hell are you talking about? Shut up. You have no right to interfere with me. I've told you many times before. You're ugly and incompetent, and if I left you, you'll be alone for the rest of your life. You don't want that. Then there's no way you're ever going to have an opinion of me. You are my slave for the rest of your life. If you don't like that, divorce, okay?
We're married. How can you say that? You love me. At least a little bit, right?
You gross me out. Of course I don't love you.
What? Bob?
I can't stand the idea of being tied down by one woman. You acted like my slave. That's why I married you. But you're whining. That's a deal breaker. Besides, you know I'm cheating on you, don't you?
You're actually cheating on me?
Are you an idiot? I haven't been home this long, and where do you think I have been?
You said you've been at your friend's house.
Huh? It's like an unspoken rule that cheaters are supposed to be at their friends. Well, for an idiot like you, I guess I should be more straight. I'm cheating on you. I'm seeing 3 girls right now. I alternate the girls depending on the day. Of course, they're all younger and prettier than you.
I can't believe you thought of me that way.
Well, I do make fun of you. But you're the one who lets me do what I want. I'm rather grateful to you. So I'm staying at my 3rd girlfriend's place today. I'm not going home today either.
Bob, tell me it's not true. Hey, Bob!
Janet, I need to talk to you.
You didn't even try to listen to me. You're so selfish.
Huh? You are supposed to listen to me. Don't confuse me with you.
What do you want to talk about?
I'm having a baby.
What? A child? It can't be our child, can it? We haven't done it for a long time. I told you many times that I wanted to have a child. You said you didn't want kids because you wanted freedom.
My feelings haven't changed. But I can't help it now that we've got a baby, can I? So I have a proposal for you.
Proposal?
You've always wanted to have my baby, right? Then I'll let you raise the kid.
What are you talking about? The mother is alive, isn't she?
Of course she is. Don't kill her on your own. Of course, the birth mother will be my girlfriend. She's the mother on the family register, but you're the foster mother. She doesn't want to spend her whole life being tied down by her child. I don't want to have a father-mother relationship with her either. I want to keep a relationship as boyfriend and girlfriend. After all, she's my type of girl out of the 3.
Give me a break. What are you talking about?
What are you mad at me for? You always wanted to be a mother too, right? But I have absolutely no intention of having a baby with you. Then this is the only option. And I'm in trouble, and so is she. If only you'd take care of it, everything would be all right.
Of course I don't want to do that. Don't be ridiculous.
Have you forgotten already? You're my slave for life. Don't get cocky because I was a little humble. You don't have the right to say no. If you refuse, I'll divorce you.
Divorce is fine.
Huh? You don't know what you're talking about. You're ugly, and there's no one else who'll want you. On top of that, how are you going to live on your own? You're an incompetent housewife. You're going to regret it. If you apologize right now and promise to listen to me, I'll make a special exception this time and forgive you.
I don't want your forgiveness, so I won't apologize. You're the one who's going to regret this. Brace yourself, you prick.
What?
I will never forgive you even if you apologize. Why don't you remarry her and raise your kid?
I told you, I don't want to do that.
Then don't have kids. Worst man ever. You'll regret for the rest of your life that you made me look like such a fool. Bye.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by brace yourself? You can't make me regret this. Don't get carried away. Janet, are you listening to me? You aren't making any sense.
Susan, Bob and I have decided to divorce.
What? What's going on?
He has 3 girlfriends and has a child with one of them.
You've got to be kidding. And he said he wants to break up with you?
No, he wants to continue the relationship he's had with her. She's a birth parent and she wants me to be a foster parent.
That guy is seriously unforgivable.
I can't forgive him for what he did to me. I want to make him regret it. I'll tell you the details when we meet, but there's something I need your help with.
Sure, I'll do anything. Can I go see you now? I just want to talk to you right now.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, I'll be there in about an hour. Hey, what the hell is wrong with you? You set me up.
What are you talking about? I set you up? Don't make accusations like that.
Because my circle of friends said they were going to celebrate us becoming parents. I thought you were ready to be a mother. And I told you that. It's our secret that my girlfriend is the birth mother. So why did you tell Susan about it? She told everything and all my circle of friends gave me the evil eye. She's such a blabbermouth.
Don't say anything bad about her. I asked her to expose your secret to everyone.
Huh, you. Why would you do that?
I told you I would never forgive you. I also said I would make you regret it. You deserve a prick girlfriend. 3 girlfriends are enough for you. You don't need friends. I don't want my best friend to not know who you really are. I just told her the truth. Don't tell me I set you up. Me and Susan were just telling people the truth. If you think we set you up, it means you know you're doing something wrong, right?
That's...
When I showed everyone your messages on the big screen, you saw the look on their faces, didn't you? They'll never forgive you.
You can't get away with this.
Huh? Do you think this is the end?
What?
This is just the beginning. This is not the end of my revenge.
Janet, wait a minute. That's enough. I'm sorry that I cheated on you. From now on, I'll try to come home as much as possible.
You know, in a situation like this, even if it's a lie, you have to swear it won't happen again. What do you mean as much as possible? You're just a stupid guy with a pretty face. I don't know why I fell in love with you.
It was my fault. It won't happen again.
It's too late for everything. You can look forward to my revenge.
You weren't that kind of character. What do you mean, revenge? Hey, Janet! Janet, today my boss called me in and removed me from the project I'm working on. It was originally my project that I started, but not only was I suddenly removed from it. I've been told I'll be transferred to a regional branch next month. I don't remember making any mistakes at work, and I couldn't accept it at all. When I asked him why, he said it was because I got divorced. My company is doing business with your company on a current project. You said you'd cut the deal if my company didn't get rid of me. When did you start your own business? That's news to me.
If I told you, wouldn't you tell me to stop? You wanted me to be a housewife. You wanted to tell me I was an incompetent piece of shit. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd make me stop. It's a company Susan and I started together.
Huh? With Susan? Then why did you sign a contract with my company?
Because your company asked. I guess they didn't realize that I was your wife. Of course I didn't tell them either. I agree with your company's philosophy. So you have nothing to do with this. Don't get cocky. Besides, I work from home. You just didn't notice because you were never home. I can't believe the company would choose you over me. Isn't that obvious? There's no way I would lose to an incompetent like you. Am I incompetent? Hey, you don't know anything. Stop talking nonsense. I'm telling you, I didn't ask them to transfer you. Huh? I just asked them to remove you from the project. I guess the company didn't like your work performance to begin with. I think that's why they saw this as a good opportunity to send you away to a regional office. You said you started this project, but you didn't even know that my company was involved, did you? I heard that you were constantly skipping work, leaving everything to your staff. I bet all you did was cheat on your wife. I know all about it, don't I? Oh no. Actually, the girl who got pregnant is married. Her husband is asking for alimony. She is also asking me to pay child support because she's leaving me. If I get transferred, I'll be off the career track and my salary will go down. What am I supposed to do? Good timing. I've been meaning to talk to you about alimony too. You cheated on me with 3 women. I'll make sure to ask you alimony. Oh no, I can't afford any more alimony. I have an idea. Let's get back together. I swear, I'll be faithful to you from now on. Let's have a baby. I refuse. I'd rather die than have a child with a cheater like you. Huh? That's harsh. It's 100% your fault. Stop complaining. I told you you need to brace yourself. Oh my God. I don't even want to talk with you anymore, so please communicate with my lawyer from now on. What? Lawyer? Give me a break. Please regret your actions. Bye. After communicating with the lawyer, Bob realized that he couldn't escape. The alimony was paid. Susan told me that I'm not a good judge of character. From now on, if I find someone I'm interested in, I'll introduce him to her before going out with him. That's exactly what she said to me. She is so right, so I'm going to follow her advice. According to what my ex-parents-in-law told me, Bob was ready to work at the new place. But everybody there knew that he had an affair with a married woman and got her pregnant. He resigned from the company voluntarily because he felt too uncomfortable. My in-laws were very protective of me. They could not forgive their son's betrayal, and he tried to ask his parents for help, but they turned him away, saying that they would not let him in their house. His friends and parents were so disgusted with him. He will regret what he did to me for the rest of his life. I can only say that he deserves it.